Hey everybody, this is Dan. Yep, down by the river. Straight from my heart today. You know, it seems like storm clouds are gathering in the Middle East as we kind of just sit and wait to see what happens next. It seems like the cauldron is boiling over. And so I read this from kind of a clip from First Fruits of Zion, and it really stood out to me. I want to share it with you today, just as a reminder that we need to be praying in regards to the Middle East, specifically for Israel. So this is taken, like I said, out of the blue. First Fruits of Zion. It's called The Three Frogs. Never yet caught my attention, obviously. But it's from Revelation 16, where it reads, "And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs coming out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are spirits of demons, performing signs which go out to the kings of the earth and of the whole world." Three frogs, characters: the dragon, Satan; the beast, the Antichrist, the false prophet. They go out, their spirit of demons, to the kings of the earth. And as I was reading, identification of the three frogs: Anti-Zionism. That speaks against the land of Israel. Frog number 2, anti-Semitism. That speaks against the people of Israel. And the third frog, Anti-Judaism, speaking against the Old Testament scriptures. And then I read, watch the trends and the talking points regarding Israel, and you will see all three frogs leaping around social media, springing out of religious discourse, jumping through political spheres. You will hear the incessant croaking now coming from podcasters, influencers, media personalities, religious leaders, and politicians. So, if you want to avoid being deceived by one or more of these frogs, it's important to understand the differences and how they counter one another. Sometimes it helps to identify the source from which they spring. Anti-Zionism, frog number 1, that's going to deal with political discourse. That's going to come from the dragon. Anti-Semitism, that's going to talk about conspiracy theories. That's going to talk about blood libels. That's going to, in a sense, create this sense of anti-Semitism against the Jewish people. And finally, Anti-Judaism, that's going to prefer replacement theology. That's going to come out against the scriptures. And that's going to come from the false prophet, right? Interesting. So, as a follower of Jesus, this is where I'm at. As a follower, you know, it's time to realize what the prophecies of the Old Testament reveal. They reveal that God's going to redeem and gather Israel back to the land. We need to take a stand against all three of these frogs: anti-Zionism, anti-Semitism, and really anti-Judaism. I'm proud today to stand, to identify as a Zionist, as a Christian Zionist, as an advocate for the Jewish people, and as a defender of the integrity of the Old Testament. As a Christian Zionist, I affirm the basic tenets of a faith-based, not secular, but of a faith-based Zionism, which causes me to be able to proudly take a stand and verbally say, I stand with Israel. So it's important that you know your frogs. Identify them. Keep them straight. Stand up against each one of them. But then one last warning. A lot of people might condemn one or two of the frogs while completely being unaware that there may be, in a sense, they may be under the spell of the third frog. That's dangerous because the ultimate agenda of the three frogs is to gather us against the land of Israel, against the people of Israel, to thwart the promises that are contained in the scriptures. So that won't end well for those who have swallowed any of the frogs. So, Dan, down by the river, and again, as I mentioned, troubled times in which we're living. But we cannot remain silent. We need to be the watchmen on the walls. We need to call out to believers, it is time to make a stand for Israel today. So this is what's on my heart. This is what I give to you. With that, it's Friday, so wish you an early Shabbat Shalom, and God bless you all.